If you're a man over 60 and you've stopped waking up with morning erections, let me be clear. This isn't just a sign of aging. It's a silent warning. Your body is telling you that blood flow to your most vital area is slowing down, that loss of energy, that quiet fading of morning vitality. It's not inevitable. It's reversible. And it starts with just 2 minutes and 3 simple touch points that you've likely never heard about in your entire life. I'm Dr. James Rowan. I've spent nearly 3 decades helping men over 50 and 60 restore their circulation, energy, and confidence without medications, surgeries, or shame. And what I've learned is this: most men are missing something crucial, something simple. 3 overlooked pressure points that, when activated consistently, can help reactivate blood flow, increase oxygen delivery to penile tissue, and bring back that natural morning firmness, without side effects, without pills, and without waiting for a miracle. You might be wondering, can something this simple really work? And I understand the skepticism. But the body responds to touch, pressure, and attention in powerful ways. You don't need to go to extremes. You need to go to the source. Now imagine waking up and feeling a gentle firmness return, knowing your system is responding again, feeling your body wake up with you, not against you. That's not wishful thinking. That's biology. And it's possible, even if you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond. Even if it's been months or years since you last felt that confidence. Even if you've tried other things and they didn't work. Because what I'm about to share isn't a product. It's not a supplement. It's not a trick. It's your body's own built-in system waiting to be reactivated. Imagine waking up feeling just a bit more alive. Your body responding with less effort. Your confidence quietly returning. That familiar pulse of energy reminding you you're still capable. And it's not just about sex. It's about reclaiming your manhood in the deepest sense. Yes, this is possible. Even after 60. Even if you've been struggling. Even if nothing has worked before. In this video, I'll walk you through 3 specific pressure points. Simple areas of the body you can stimulate with your own hands that have been shown to help improve circulation, oxygenation, and restore morning erections naturally. And I encourage you to stay with me until the very end, because the 3rd point is the one most men overlook, and it may be the most powerful of all. But before we continue, if you're someone who's committed to taking back control of your body, your circulation, and your vitality after 60, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Every week, we share strategies rooted in science, not hype, designed to support men like you in this chapter of life and help you feel strong again. And if you're watching right now and this topic hits close to home, write yes in the comments. Let me know that you're here and that you're ready to take back what time has tried to steal. Point 1. Base of the penis. Radical pressure activation. There's a small area on the male body that carries far more power than most realize. A zone that silently governs blood flow, sensitivity, and erection quality. This is the base of the penis, the precise junction where the shaft meets the pelvic region. It's often overlooked, rarely discussed, and almost never stimulated with intention. But for men over 60, this area holds one of the most powerful keys to restoring lost vitality. Biologically, this region contains a dense web of blood vessels, capillary roots, and nerves that all work together to support the engorgement process. When you were younger, blood would rush into this area easily, without obstruction. But as we age, circulation can slow down due to plaque buildup, reduced nitric oxide production, and a general weakening of vascular responsiveness. This results in weaker erections, slower arousal, and the complete disappearance of spontaneous morning wood. What most men don't realize is that this slowdown isn't permanent. It's not a sealed fate. The tissues around the base of your penis are still alive. They still respond to touch, heat, and mechanical stimulation. The goal is to awaken them, not through aggressive force or pharmaceutical intervention, but through focused, consistent stimulation. Here's how to do it. Using your thumb and index finger, gently grasp the base of your shaft, applying light but steady pressure. Begin rotating in small circular motions, about the size of a coin. Focus your intention on stimulating the area rather than just rubbing the skin. This isn't about arousal, it's about blood flow. You want to wake up the capillaries, reintroduce oxygen, and recondition the vessels to carry more blood. Do this for 30 to 60 seconds in the morning, and again before bed. Make it a quiet ritual. No rush, no goal, just connection. This type of tactile engagement serves multiple purposes. First, it mechanically encourages fresh blood to enter the region. Second, it increases nitric oxide release locally, which helps relax the smooth muscle tissue in the arteries, allowing for fuller engorgement. Third, it stimulates sensory nerves that connect directly to the pelvic spinal nerves, those responsible for triggering reflex erections and sexual function. Over time, you may start to feel a subtle shift, more warmth in the area, greater sensitivity to touch, or even random firmness returning during the day or at night. These are signs that the system is coming back online. It's not an overnight fix, but it's a powerful signal that your body is still capable of growth, repair, and restoration. One important note: consistency matters far more than intensity. You don't need to press hard. You don't need to push your body. Gentle, frequent touch is more powerful than rare bursts of effort. Think of it like watering a plant. A little each day brings it back to life, not a flood once a month. And the most beautiful part? You don't need to rely on medication to stimulate this region. You don't need an appointment, a pharmacy, or a prescription. Your hands, your awareness, and a few minutes of quiet time are all you need to begin restoring one of the most vital aspects of your masculinity. In a world that often tells aging men to accept decline, this point reminds you that not everything fades. Some things simply go dormant, and with the right attention, they can rise again. Point 2. Perineum, the power zone between life and numbness. There's a silent zone on your body, unseen, untouched, and often forgotten, that holds immense influence over your blood flow, sexual function, and masculine confidence. It sits quietly between your anus and your testicles. This is the perineum, sometimes called the male root, and it's more than just a patch of skin. For most men, especially those over 60, this area becomes inactive over time, not because it loses importance, but because we simply stop engaging it. Sedentary habits, tight hips, chronic stress, and even shame around touch slowly cut off awareness and circulation to this essential zone. And yet, it is here, deep in this foundation of your body, that the energetic and physiological spark of male vitality begins. The perineum is home to the bulbospongiosus and ischiocavernosus muscles, two muscular bands responsible for controlling the rigidity of erections and the force of ejaculation. These aren't just passive tissues. They're active participants in your ability to feel, respond, and perform. And when blood stops flowing efficiently through this area, the result is often the gradual dulling of both sensation and function. But here's the good news. You can wake it up again. To activate this point, sit comfortably or lie on your back with your knees slightly bent. Take your index and middle fingers and gently press into the soft space between your anus and testicles. You may not feel much at first, and that's okay. Begin with light, rhythmic pulses. Press for 5 seconds, then release for 5 seconds. Repeat this for 2 to 3 minutes per session. The goal isn't pressure, it's presence. This is about reconnecting nerve signals, not brute force. Over time, your body begins to send more blood to the area in anticipation of stimulation. This builds a vascular response. It's not instant. It's gradual, but it's real. What happens under the surface is powerful. Blood vessels dilate, capillaries open, nerve endings awaken, and signals begin to travel from your pelvic floor to your brain and back, retraining your reflex arcs, restoring dormant sensations, and even reactivating the involuntary mechanisms that govern spontaneous erections. It's also a deeply calming practice. The perineum is connected to the sacral nerve plexus, which governs not just sexual function, but also feelings of security and groundedness. When you bring awareness here, you're not just treating a physical symptom, you're nourishing a deeper layer of masculine vitality that modern life has pushed into silence. Some men report feeling a gentle heat after several sessions. Others notice a twitching sensation, like a muscle waking up from sleep. Some feel emotionally vulnerable, even moved. This is all part of the process. You are bringing life back to a system that's been asleep. And let me be clear, you don't need special equipment. You don't need external tools or secret supplements. You need time. You need breath. You need presence. 2 to 3 minutes a day, done with focus and care, is enough to begin reactivating one of the most neglected power zones in the male body. This point, when practiced regularly, becomes more than a technique. It becomes a gateway to restoring not only erections, but connection, clarity, and confidence. So as you go about your day, remember, what lies between numbness and pleasure isn't age, it's circulation. And you have the power to change that, one touch at a time. Point 3. Base of the spine, L5 to S1, the control center of male vitality. Of all the areas that influence male performance, confidence, and blood flow, few are as misunderstood or as underestimated as the base of your spine. More specifically, the L5 to S1 region, the point where the lumbar spine meets the sacrum. This isn't just a structural joint for movement and posture. It's a neurological gateway, one that controls communication between your brain and the entire lower half of your body. This zone connects directly to the sacral plexus, a dense bundle of nerves responsible for pelvic function, including your bladder, prostate, perineum, and yes, your erections. If this area becomes blocked by tension, stiffness, or inflammation, which happens more often than we realize with age, poor posture, or prolonged sitting, those neural signals begin to slow, or worse, misfire. The result? A body that's biologically ready for performance, but neurologically disconnected from the command center. You may be treating your body with care, eating well, even exercising, but if the signals can't reach your pelvic region, no amount of effort will restore true function. That's why this third point is so powerful and so often ignored. To activate it, you don't need to be a chiropractor or stretch like a yoga master. You simply need to apply pressure gently and consistently to reawaken this vital hub. The best way to do this is by using your knuckles, a tennis ball, or a massage roller. Lie down on a flat surface. Position the ball or your closed fist just above your tailbone at the top of your buttocks and apply slow, intentional pressure for 2 to 3 minutes. Let your body sink into it. Breathe deeply. You might feel some discomfort at first, but not pain. Discomfort means tension is releasing. Your job is to stay with it. As you press into this area, several things begin to happen. The muscles around the sacrum relax, releasing stored tension that may have been there for years. Blood flow to the gluteal and pelvic region increases, supplying oxygen to tissues that have gone cold. Most importantly, nerve signals become reactivated, allowing messages from your brain to travel clearly to the sexual and urinary systems. Some men report immediate benefits, like warmth spreading through their hips or a sense of lightness in the lower back. Others may need a few sessions to notice results. What matters most is consistency. Each day you spend 2 or 3 minutes on this point, you are retraining your body to reopen vital communication channels. And there's a powerful side benefit. Improving function in the L5 to S1 region doesn't just help with blood flow and erections, it also improves posture, balance, and confidence. When your spine is aligned and your pelvis is free from blockage, you walk differently. You carry yourself with more strength. You feel more grounded. These changes may seem subtle, but they signal a powerful inner transformation. Many men over 60 have been told that nerve decline is inevitable, that once function is lost, it's gone forever. But neuroscience says otherwise. The brain and nervous system are plastic, meaning they can adapt, reconnect, and rebuild with the right input. This pressure technique provides that input. So think of the L5 to S1 not as a lower back issue, but as your masculine command center. When this center is asleep, you may feel dull, slow, disconnected. But when it's awake, everything below it receives that signal. Blood flows faster, muscles respond quicker, and your entire lower body becomes more alive. Don't underestimate this point. It may not be as obvious or as intimate as the first two, but it is just as essential, if not more. Because what good is stimulation without communication? This is the system that makes the others work. It's the foundation beneath the foundation. And if you care for it, it will carry you, not just sexually but physically and energetically, into a stronger chapter of your life. Everything I've just shared with you is simple, natural, and completely under your control. You don't need a prescription to start. You don't need a clinic visit. Just 2 hands and a few minutes each day. Start small. You don't need to apply all 3 points tonight. Maybe you begin with 1. Maybe the lower back. Maybe the base of the shaft. What matters most is consistency, not perfection. Because change doesn't come in a single moment. It comes in the repetition of small moments that tell your body, I'm here, I'm listening, I'm ready. And as the days go on, pay attention to the little shifts. Maybe your legs feel warmer. Maybe you wake up just a bit firmer. Maybe you feel something stirring that you haven't felt in a while. That's progress. That's proof. That's your body remembering. If this video has been helpful to you, if it opened your eyes or gave you something you didn't know before, take a moment to like it, subscribe, and share it with another man who might be quietly facing the same battle. Your age doesn't define your function. Your past doesn't dictate your future. And what your body needs right now isn't shame or silence, it's a signal. These 3 points are that signal. So start tonight. And remember, your blood still flows, and so can your confidence.